All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to the NWO Week 7. We are finishing up Week 7 here. We got a top 25 matchup today. Washington Huskies visiting Wisconsin Badgers. And I'm joined in the booth by the fantastic duo. Thanks and welcome, fam. How you doing tonight?
Coming after some great weeks. So yeah, definitely excited for this matchup between the new young bloods of the NWO, Coach Brusso and Junior Bronco.
Yeah, and as they're set to kick off, Washington will be kicking off to Stacked House tonight up here in Camp Randall. Washington Huskies kicking off to Wisconsin Badgers. Ashford's going to let that one go.
What a boot!
Yeah, had to receive it either 5 yards deep or let it go, and he decided to just let that one go.
Yeah, excited to see Berger take the field to this game. Seems like he's not a front runner yet, but kind of like in the talk for the Heisman Trophy at this point of the season.
Yes, the offense will definitely feature Berger. Berger had 3 touchdowns and about 180 yards running last week against Cincinnati. And under center, we're going to have a tight end to the right, and then another tight end split off to the right even further. Oh, we're going to get defensive pressure right up the middle. Looks like a linebacker, number 58, with the neck roll there. Cameron Williams gets a TFL and a sack on the very first play from scrimmage, fam. What'd you see?
Yeah, it seemed like he was coming in hot, middle of the interior lineman. We just gave him a gaping hole to run through. He came through unscathed and just went straight for the quarterback.
Yeah, and what a way to quiet the crowd here. And a crowd that's really excited to see this game because they're climbing the ranks. They're trying to break into the top 10.
Yeah, after that win against SMU 2 weeks ago, there's a lot of buzz in Camp Randall.
Yeah, but now we're behind on down and distance, 2nd and 19. Shotgun pass, and we're going to look for a post route right here. About 16-yard gain and about 3rd and 3 we'll be looking at next.
Yeah, great timing by the quarterback. Saw the receiver get past the man, sitting in between the zone and striking a dot to the receiver there.
Yeah, and now they're back on schedule, so they could go run or pass from this position. And Wisconsin is very much a ball control offense, so being on schedule will be at a premium tonight. 5 down linemen, shotgun formation, Berger in the backfield, 2 wides on each side. 3 down linemen. Oh, pressure right away and deflected right
Wow.
there. Looked like he was
Yeah,
going
neck
for
roll.
number 7.
Yeah, neck roll was sitting there, saw the play coming, he just swatted the ball down. Great play by that linebacker there.
Great awareness. You know, sometimes those neck rolls limit your visibility and your ability to move your neck, but he looked good on that one.
Yeah, very flexible there with that neck roll.
You know, after that 2nd down play, we thought we would get a 1st down here, but that's a 3 and out. And that's not
Yeah,
how you want to start off if you're Wisconsin.
yeah, huge defensive stand here in this drive for the Huskies. Let's see how they respond after doing a 3 and out for the Badgers.
Washington's defense stepping up to the plate, and Wisconsin has a great, 3rd down percentage, but not able to get on that one. They're usually around the 60 percentile, but and that's a 4-yard return by Giles Jackson. So great special teams play on that one.
Yeah, Giles Jackson, Michigan transfer over a year ago, and he's been doing some work for Junior Broncos in the Washington squad.
Yeah, and then as we look at Washington offensively, they have the number 2 passing team, number 2 passing threat in their conference. Of course, this is a non-conference game, so it's a friendly matchup. But number 2 passing, and led by Sam Heward.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, Junior Broncos had a history of kind of lighting up teams on the CPU and the God slider. So let's see if he can still apply those skills into this game.
Yeah, and we're going to hit Polk right there for a 1-yard reception of a loss, actually. It's going to take us to 2nd and 11. What kind of pass did you see there?
Yeah, it seemed like a swing pass. Looked like the Wisconsin linebackers were totally locked on that motion coming across the middle.
Yeah, they definitely looked like they had probably seen that in the film room
Yep.
this week. But it's a great way to get your quarterback kind of warmed up, even though it's a loss of a yard. It's still a completed pass, right? So kind of builds
Yeah.
that confidence and build on something easy right as the game begins.
Yeah, you just got to establish that rhythm, especially being away and coming up facing off against a Badger team that just upsetted SMU. So yeah, they're definitely got to just establish rhythm, build confidence, and just roll with it as the game goes on.
Yeah, Sam Heward in control here. 2 backs on each hip. He's going to break out of the pocket to the right, buying time with his legs, finding some wiggle, and after sliding around, slithering through defenders, picks up a first down. He's real excited about it.
Yeah, great protection by the guys up front. Kind of slivered right a little bit, didn't see anybody, and smart play by Junior Bronco to take that, tuck it in, and do a little juke moves there and get the first down.
Yeah, and we haven't really seen any forced passes yet from Washington. And that's going to be at a key because Wisconsin's only thrown one interception on the year. So turnovers is at a premium, and Washington, has turned over the ball at times and kind of contributed to that 2-2 record. Wisconsin is 3-2 on the year, and they definitely have one of the stingier defenses.
Yeah. After facing off Coach Brusso earlier this season, yeah, they're definitely a team that's very fundamentally sound and sticks to the guns and really will smack you in the mouth when they have the opportunity to. Wow,
Yeah,
big hit there.
big hit there, so once they arrive in space, they're going to arrive with bad intentions. But that one
Yeah.
right there, he did not have a man around him for the first few steps after catching the ball. Looked like they dropped back into some sort of zone coverage there.
Yeah, it seemed like that cornerback was slacking up, not slacking off. You give him a little bit of slack there just to get the receiver. Sometimes in the NWO, you just have to diagnose the field, see just whatever route is open, just kind of go for that. And Junior Bronco just took the open man on the right side there.
Yeah, 2 completions and 6 yards. So he's looking at the short passing game right now. And this time he's going to take a read option, keep it with a quarterback up the middle. And we do see Sam Heward get a few rushes, and that's 21 yards on the day on 2 carries so far.
Yeah, definitely. We can definitely see him. He's got the ability to stay on his legs. And just one thing is not too much just in case the injury may occur. But yeah, definitely smart run there. Didn't pitch the ball because the linebacker was covering the running back. But he did a good job tucking in, running behind the big boys and getting that first down.
Yeah, good decisions so far made by the Washington quarterback in Wisconsin as they're getting a feel for this Washington attack, trying to start to defend their right around midfield. Couple changes being made, 2 backs in the backfield, one being flanked out to the left now. Looks like a pistol set. It's given to the halfback right there. That's going to be Richard Newton, and he's carried the rock for the Washington Huskies offense the entire season.
Yeah, great job by that linebacker just filling on that gap, meeting him at the line of scrimmage. And running back there got just 1 yard on that play.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to make a move. Thought about maybe heading to the outside. Thought he might be able to get slip past the linebacker, but the linebacker, he closed the gap. Great run fit there.
Yeah, Coach Brusso staple there.
Yeah, so it's going to lead to 2nd and 9. And, when we talk about this Washington team, 2-2, they just came off of a CPU victory. But they haven't won a user game all the way since back in week 1 against the Trojans. So definitely trying to get back in the win column, even though this is just a friendly.
Yeah, with a new coach coming in, they're just trying to establish a culture and just waiting for that consistency to kick in so that way they can get the program running in the right direction.
Yes, and this one, even though it's the longest pass of the day so far for the Huskies, it is still a yard short of the first down, so it's going to lead to a 3rd and 1. Now we got a 2 tight end set. This is interesting. Two wideouts to the left. Now one of the guys comes over to the right side. You got 2 on the right, still in that pistol. This is Richard Newton who's going to take the handoff, find his blocks, and get about 4 yards, 5 yards on the carry there.
Yeah, great patience by Newton. You see the 2 guys on the left side reach in, and he just went right behind him and hit the gap and got that first down there on that 5-yard gain.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do if you're Washington. You want to stay, productive. More positive plays. We've seen short passes featured, and we've seen the run game featured, and that's a little bit more of a balanced attack than we've seen for Washington. Usually, we see Washington stretching the field these passings, and this time we have maybe a pass for sure coming. This was an empty backfield, empty set here. Now making an adjustment and audibling on the line. No change from Wisconsin. They like their alignment. And we're going to see a QB draw here.
Wow.
And Heward is going to make a move. What a big block that he got that they picked up right there. It sprung him for even further, getting him all the way to the 10.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was a design draw, but it looked like he dropped back with receivers running routes, and he just hit that R2 and just ran up the middle.
Yeah, probably was a pass play. Maybe the audible, was an audible to a pass.
Mhm.
Maybe it was a different pass, same formation there, and just maybe when he didn't find anybody, just tucked it and run. We're going to see one tight end to the right here, and we're going to see one man in motion. He goes to the backfield now, and he's going to fake the handoff to him, and then he's going to pitch, and it's a terrible disaster of a
Oh,
play right here.
oh wow.
And what did you see on that read? What did you think about the decision making there?
Yeah, I felt like the quarterback could have maybe just tucked it in just to keep it safe, especially when you're in the red zone. You want to limit the possibilities of turning the ball over, which almost happened there. And luckily, number 3 for Washington dove in the ball and they get another down here in this drive.
Yeah, that was not a backbreaker, but it was nearly a backbreaker because, when you're in the red zone, you want to punch the ball in. You don't want to settle. And, Washington has had their red zone issues this season, whereas Wisconsin is best in the league. And Sam Heward with the dot right there in between two defenders, snuck it right in there. He's 4 for 4 on the day with a tubby and 30 yards passing. What'd you see?
Yeah, great play there. You saw Giles Jackson running across, hitting in between the zones, and he would just fire a dot straight to Giles Jackson there for the score.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a crossing route or a slant, maybe a post
Yep.
that was given time enough to develop. And with Sam Heward able to kind of maybe like a little bit of a bootleg or a little bit of a quarterback motion right there, he was able to just buy enough time, extend enough, play enough, and then stopped on the dime, stamped his foot in the grass, and just fired it. Great touchdown pass there from Washington. And that's why they have one of the more prolific passing attacks in the NWO. I think they're second in terms of passing touchdowns. Sam Heward had a great season so far, and it's all on display on that kind of play right there.
Oh yeah.
So the near disaster, Washington comes out of that unscathed. They put together a great drive. Wisconsin is definitely talking to their defensive coordinator right now to find out, what's going on and what they're doing and everything like that. But Wisconsin almost played with enough ferocity to force a turnover there in the opposite red zone. But Washington able to avert disaster and punch it in for 7. And now Wisconsin, for their second possession here, is going to line up with Berger in the backfield, and he takes the carry, and he's rushing upfield. He gets about 5 on that play, and he's tripped up.
Yeah, great job by the dogs on the left side there, establishing that hole, and you see the center kind of sealed the interior lineman there, where Berger was able to get that 5-yard gain.
Yeah, I was expecting a little bit of a bigger run there, but Washington able to trip him up and bring him down for 5, and that's a big defensive stop right there because Berger did have 3 touchdowns, 180 yards, and he is, I think, number 1 on the Heisman watch at this moment.
Yeah, Berger, especially you just got to do what you can, even shoelace tackles, whatever it takes for the Washington Huskies to contain him, just to try to keep this game within reach.
Yeah, cold evening here. We can see the breath coming out of the face masks
Oh, yeah.
of all the players on the field. And Jalen Berger gets 3 more right there. It's going to make it 3rd and a very, very manageable 3rd and 2. And this is why Wisconsin's so good on 3rd down. It's because they stay ahead of schedule.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the short 3rd downs are definitely increase the chances of getting that 1st down, and it definitely puts the other team on their heels a little bit, just to see whether they want to blitz or if they have to sit back just in case that Wisconsin throws a trick up their sleeve.
Yeah, and Wisconsin, although this is a friendly, next week they do play, or actually next week they have a bye, and then after that in week 9, their next game is a conference matchup with USC. So definitely trying to dial it in and get another dub going into that conference play, because as it is right now, they're 3-2 with a over 500 record, but they have no conference games that they've played yet, and so their conference games really open up in week 9 after the bye. Oh, and that's a great pass right there. I'm not going to say the player's name because I don't know how to say it, but an 11-yard pass right there, just able to slip past the defender. And you played a little bit of defensive back. How do you beat the defensive back there?
Yeah, it seemed like he just took 3 hard steps. Receiver or the quarterback bit on that. He got just beat straight up inside, and that's how you see the receiver beat him on that slant route. And he was just a step or 2 ahead of him on that play there.
Yeah, very decisive pass from Hill, and just got inside leverage, and great play, huh? And this is going to be Berger for 4, so it's going to make it 2nd and 6. That might be the last play of the first quarter. What do you expect from this? Is this the first quarter that you expected?
No, not really. You kind of see I was expecting a little bit more faster possessions, short, where possessions would have a shorter duration. But yeah, it's kind of a slow paced game. But definitely see the guys up front and the defensive linebackers just smacking the offensive players there. So very physical, very methodical. But yeah, definitely a good brand of football on both sides of the game.
I think you're right on it. I think I expected a little bit different of a game too, but both defenses playing well is not all that surprising. We were one fumble recovery away from having a 0-0 game now at the start of the second. But two tight ends, play action, fakes the handoff to Berger and throws it to Cundiff, and Cundiff able to drag neck roll. This time's 53 neck roll, other neck roll, past the line of gain and now into Washington territory.
Yeah, great job by that tight end. Just staying focused on the ball. He knew that someone was going to come up and try to smack him, but he ended up absorbing the hit and then got a few more yards just to get that first down.
A lot of confidence from this quarterback. You know, kind of lofted it. You know, there was some traffic over there. It was kind of thrown on the opposite side of the field. You know, this play started on the left hash and ended over here on the right hash. But not that difficult of a play for him to make. He's got a lot of confidence right now after that SMU win. And this looks like two tight ends, two wideouts, but everybody's tight. Drops back 3 steps, delivers it to Rucci this time, and Rucci's able to fight for about 6.
Yeah, nice little route there by Rucci, just making sure he keeps his eyes on the ball and hung on to it and got a nice little gain of 6 there.
Yeah, and this is like maybe what you want to be doing if you're, both sides of the ball. Just bringing a balanced attack tonight between offensive, running, and passing.
Yeah, balanced attack. Yeah, definitely just to try to keep the other guy on their heels a little bit, just to make sure that you're not as predictable. Yeah, definitely want to switch it up, change it up, and just to do whatever what works and what the defense gives you, just to hold onto the ball and establish that ball control.
Look at all the meat on the field right now. There's not too many wide receivers running around. And we're going to see Berger take this one, looking like he's going to go to the outside, then cuts it straight up field, showing the strength that he has to be able to push a defender across the line.
Yeah, a lot of guards on the right side pulling on that counter, and Berger did a good job staying behind those big hogs and just getting that first down there in that play.
Yeah, the edge was set nicely there by Washington, and that forced Berger to cut back inside. Berger seemed like he was trying to get the edge there on that play, not able to kind of capture it because the edge was set, cut back up on a dime and plowed through the defenders to be able to get a first down. Great play there. And this drive's already taken 2.5 minutes itself, and it's still not in the red zone. 4 wideouts here. We're going to have one in motion from left to right, fake the handoff, and then Hale's going to keep it, and he's going to get a great block from his outside receiver, and he's going to be able to run for a 13-yard gain and a first down.
Yeah, smart play by Hill there, running out of bounds just to get that first down, and when he sees the guy just run out of bounds and just make sure that you're safe and being able to play the next play.
Yeah, and the clock just keeps on rolling, and ball security at a premium tonight, and we're seeing Wisconsin take care of the football. Pretty big difference in their first possession. Their first possession was a 3 and out. That was a success for Washington, and Washington's got to be, feeling that cold air deep into the lungs this time, because this possession is all kinds of time and plays, and they've got to be sucking wind right here. Hill back to pass, steps up and fires it directly after the shotgun snap, and he's able to get just a 2-yard gain on that one.
Yeah, 2-yard gain, but a positive gain, especially in the red zone. You want to make sure you just get a little bit of positive yards and establish just the control, just to maintain the possession here on this drive.
Absolutely, absolutely. And whenever you want to, you can go right back to Berger and showcase Heisman level skills. And just one thing that I want to say now that we are inside the red zone, Wisconsin is the number 1 team in the red zone. Out of 16 trips into the red zone this season, they have 15 touchdowns. And and 1 field goal, so they're 100% red zone efficiency.
Yeah, very efficient. Yeah, I remember my matchup with Coach Russo and the Wisconsin Badgers. Every time they got in the red zone, man, they were tough to stop. Yeah.
Yeah, so if numbers don't lie, then you would consider this to be 3-down territory, right? Because Coach will settle for 3. However, we do have a first and goal here inside the 7. And a lot of time left to play in the first half. There's no way to really kill this clock before halftime. So this might be Wisconsin's last possession, of this half. It'll be interesting to see what they manage here if a 4th down decision comes. But Deacon Hill making a couple of adjustments, and now a couple wide receivers are going to switch from a balanced set, and one of them is going to be a lead blocker, but he kind of picked the wrong hole there, and looked like they maybe did some sort of a zone blocking scheme there, and it just didn't really work out. There was 3 defenders there to plug up the gap.
Yeah, it seemed like the offensive lineman kind of missed those linebacker and interior linemen coming in, and Berger was just stopped at the point of attack there.
Makes me wonder what the original play was before the audible, before the wide receivers, moved into like a tight end type position.
Possible miscommunication taking place there.
Yeah, players playing from different. Here we got the old fullback here in the backfield, along with Berger. So we got 2 guys in the backfield in a shotgun set, 2 wide to the right. Now Berger goes in orbit motion, and there's going to be a half fullback screen, and he's going to have a couple defenders that he can't get away from, and he's going to be take a loss of 2 yards. So now it's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, great job by the linebackers there. They saw that the offensive linemen were bailing, fullback was bailing, and they just followed that. So they did a great job of keeping their eyes outside the backfield and following where the linemen take them.
So 3rd down efficiency is where Wisconsin does really well as long as they're ahead of schedule. This being a 3rd and long, not really exactly the schedule that you want to be on. You want to be a little bit ahead of this so that you can feature Berger, just kind of follow your big mollies. But right here, we're going to have 3 wides to the right, 1 to the left, shotgun formation. Deacon barking a command over there to his left flank. Berger on his right hip. Now barking one more command to the right side, and a 3rd command. 4 seconds to snap. He snaps it. He rolls right, finding Berger. Berger's going to drop it after getting hit on the play. Looked like number 50 was able to jar that loose.
Yeah, great job by that defender there, coming in with a head full of steam and popping that ball out just to prevent that touchdown from occurring.
And one thing I want to mention to you about 4th downs. 4th downs, Wisconsin is 1 for 6 on 4th down attempts. They don't go for many 4th downs, and they successfully convert even less of them. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, they stay 100% in the red zone. So this is the 17th trip in the red zone for Wisconsin on the season, and their 2nd field goal. They have 15 touchdowns.
Well, absolute, probably just impeccable efficiency there in the red zone for the Badgers.
Yeah, you didn't see the coach, lollygag about the decision at all. He sent the special teams unit out there, and we have a return 9 yards deep in the end zone.
Yeah, Wisconsin's still in this game. I think, in that situation, you got to take the points. There's plenty of football left remaining in the game.
Yeah, and if you could get a defensive stop, the way that Washington got that one stop, that 1 3 and out, you get the ball back with plenty of time and plenty of field position, and that's what you got to hope for if you're here in Camp Randall, if you're part of the Badger Territory Nation. This team definitely has a never say die attitude. They stared down the barrel of the gun against SMU and caused a fumble on the 1 yard line. Turned that game back around and ultimately won. Sam Heward, shotgun formation, pistol actually, and he's going to hand it off to Richard Newton. He's going to get a gain of 2.
Yeah, great tackle by that outside backer there, just jumping full extension and got the roll and took the running back down there.
Yeah, and if he wouldn't have done it, it looked like everybody else had a wonderful block on that play. Richard Newton would have had a little bit of space to be able to run around with. But that's going to bring it to 2nd and 8, just under 3 minutes to play. And Washington showed balance on their last possession. And with under 3 minutes to play, they should be able to show balance on this one as well. Although they do have a top passing team, Sam Heward at quarterback, who's already thrown for 1 touchdown. He's got 2 tight ends set. Now you got 1 man in motion from the right to the left, and you got twins left. You got Newton in the backfield with Heward. 2-step drop after shotgun. Fires it over to Newton, and that's incomplete.
Yeah, great job by that linebacker just popping that receiver coming across the middle of that drag route there.
Yeah, nice little short pass there again. It's going to bring us to 3rd and 8. And it seems like these teams have kind of almost been a mirror of each other in terms of, trying to just get what the defense gives them, and not push the ball too far down the field and not throw, any passes that might be, picked off by the other team, and you're just kind of playing it smart in their approach. But as these defenses get more and more comfortable and tune it up, some of these third downs might get into longer and longer situations.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, both teams seems to be more settled in, kind of feeling each other out after that first drive, and definitely you can kind of see the both teams are definitely kind of feeling each other out a little bit more as the game progresses.
And we're going to see our first time out of the game right there. Washington wanted to call a stoppage and get back into the huddle and have a discussion with the coach, perhaps about personnel or maybe the look that Wisconsin was throwing out there. Um, interesting decision there to take the timeout, but still got plenty of time. 2.5 minutes left. We're going to have 3 wideouts to the left, empty set, 2 to the right. Heward surveying the field. Doesn't make any adjustments so far. Actually, one man is going to go out in motion even further on the right. On the field side, Heward talked to someone on the right side, now someone to the left. Ball snapped. He takes a 5-step drop. Now he breaks out of the pocket. Sensing a lot of pressure. Herbrig might get him. Oh, and he delivers a pass to Bishop. No, Taj Davis. Taj Davis with an 8-yard reception. Maybe Bishop on the tackle, but that's going to be a first down.
Yeah, he got that forward progress there on the catch. He seemed like he went back behind the first down, but I think the forward progress, the refs gave him that the placement as a first down there.
Definitely a forward progress type of call. Able to just, sense the pressure, break out of the pocket, use a little bit of athleticism to extend the play, and, just clutch catch there. One tight end to the left, one back in the backfield to the right. And that's going to be a wide receiver screen. And Jalen McMillan is going to lose 5 on that.
Yeah, it seemed like Giles Jackson, he's supposed to set the block there on that corner, but the corner just slipped through, just absolutely slithery, and just made that play right when he got that catch there.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised by that play because Wisconsin's defense has been strong. And leading to a 2nd and 15 right now. And with the time now under 2 minutes, you still do have 2 timeouts. But with 2nd and 15, these routes have to get a little bit longer. And, we're going to see it right here. Got an empty set once again, so no threat of a run, unless it's going to be with the quarterback. You got 4 down linemen by Wisconsin. They're going to try to get to him before he can. Play clock ticking all the way down to about 6 seconds. And there's our first deflection by Wisconsin, and that one is deflected by number 18. I don't have a name on him. What do you think about that play from the young man?
Yeah, he should have went up with 2 plays, but just to be safe, just swat that thing down and just force another play. Yeah, great coverage. It seemed like the throw was a little bit inside, so it was directly straight to the defender there instead of the receiver.
Yeah, didn't really see the receiver turn his head around on that one. Maybe Heward got rid of it before the wide receiver expected it. I'm not sure if it was a timing route or what went wrong there, but didn't work. And now it's going to be 3rd and 15. 2 backs in the backfield. We're going to snap right away. We got Max Protect on this one and plenty of time, and he's going to find the open man.
Beautiful touch by Heward there on that pass across the middle.
Gain of 37, and we're going to go tempo here. Not allowing Wisconsin to change anything on defense. 1st and 10 with under 1.5 minutes left. 2 timeouts on one side, 3 on the other. You got 2 wide receivers to the left. One's going in motion from left to right. And his man follows him. Looks like man coverage perhaps, at least on him. He's in the slot now on the right side. Heward dropping back to pass. Quick 3-yard drop, and that's deflected by the defender.
Yeah, great job by Melvin there, just sticking a hand up on that out route there. Just staying hip to hip to that receiver running the out route. 2
of the last 3 passes by Washington thrown have been deflections. The other one has been a huge 37-yard gain. Biggest play of the day on either side of the ball.
Yep.
Time stops momentarily on an incomplete pass. We got 2nd and 10. About 1 minute and 9 seconds left to play.
Yeah, with the clock stop, it should give Junior Bronco a little bit of time to think about what to do next. He does have that 2-for-1 opportunity with the halftime and getting the ball back in the second half. So he may try to maybe milk the clock or be efficient with the time and try to use as much clock just to try to spread out the game a little bit more just to favor himself.
And this is going to be a handoff to Richard Newton at this point, and he's only going to get a gain of 1. It's going to lead us to 3rd and 9, and we see Wisconsin take a timeout as they're playing the game management game. With about 1:05 left to play. What'd you see on that play defensively or offensively?
Yeah, it seemed like the running back had the lane on the left side, but he just hit the gap so hard he ran behind his lineman, and I think he just tripped over his big boys and got a short gain.
This time, only one lineman defensively with his hand in the dirt. He was surveying the field, and we're going to get a broken
Wow.
tackle, and he's going to get out of
Ooh.
bounds. And
Great strength by that receiver there, just deflecting that defender and getting some more to get that first down.
Sam Hewer definitely snapped the ball sooner than we had seen him on other previous. So as soon as he got to the line, there was no adjustments, no audibles made. It was just like snap and go, and caught the defense maybe a little bit off guard there. And after the first broken tackle, he was able to slither out and get out of bounds, and that's just a great play by that young man, setting them up nicely, just about the red zone with about a minute left and 2 timeouts in the pocket. Two backs in the backfield, pistol set, one tight end to the right, 2 wide receivers to the field side on the left. We're going to see a handoff, and it looks like a halfback lead right there, and he's going to run. And after bouncing off 2 defenders, he's going to get 4 yards more than the line to gain. That's going to be another first down.
Yeah, that was a great job by the running back, seeing the open lane, hitting it hard, and getting that first down and making a defender or 2 bounce off before he goes down for the first down.
Yeah, just under a minute to play here, 51 seconds, in fact. Clock continues to run.
Yeah, plenty of time before the half ends here.
Wisconsin back in a 3-4 defense. Pistol set from Washington, balanced on both sides, 4 wideouts. One looks like a tight end possibly. He's just so damn big on the right side. Got motion from left to right, and his defender follows him. Now you got 3 on the right, and that's going to be another handoff to Newton. Great play by Wisconsin player to be able to make that tackle before he scores.
Yeah, great inside zone there by the offensive line. Yeah, just a great job by that Wisconsin linebacker coming up and providing that pop just to prevent that touchdown from happening.
Yeah, and Washington takes their second timeout, so the clock stops with 26 seconds. They want to open up their full playbook and check out what's going on. But with second down and 26 seconds, they're looking like they could run a few more plays here. And this will be the difference between extending the lead by 7 or by 3. Pistol set. Tight end's going to go motion out into the slot. We're going to hand off to Richard Newton. He's going to find his way into the end zone for Washington's second touchdown of the day.
Yeah, seemed like the Red Sea just kind of separated there, just creating a huge opening for the running back to just to walk in for the touchdown.
Yeah, I think the interior lineman of Washington was able to crash down from left to right, and looked like Wisconsin's entire defensive interior wasn't able to anchor up right there at the goal line, and just kind of got pushed over to the flank, and he was able to just walk on in. And with 23 seconds left, that's not going to be a lot of time for Wisconsin, so it'll be interesting to see what Coach Brousseau does here at the end of the first half.
Yeah, 23 seconds remaining. Definitely plenty of time to try to at least get a field goal or hopefully getting a touchdown at the end of the half.
Ashford's going to get that about 2 yards deep. He's going to take it out, and that's going to leave us with about a 19-yard return and 20 seconds left on the clock. Wisconsin does have 2 timeouts if they do want to attempt getting some points here. Three wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Deacon Hill looks like he's going to try to press for some points here. He's able to find a crossing route right over the middle to McKinley, and he's able to gain 12, and that stops the clock.
Yeah, great route by the receiver there. Definitely stopping his feet to get that first down.
And Wisconsin's going to take a full timeout here and come back to the huddle, open the playbook back up, and try to find something that they really like and dial it up.
Yeah, you can definitely think that Wisconsin's going to try to push it downfield a little bit just to get some sort of score on the board just to keep the game within reach.
Two backs in the backfield at this time. Two wide receivers right. Hill drops back to pass, throws one immediately, and that's going to be received by the defenders of Washington. That's only Washington's third interception on the season. Washington has a 99 overall rated defense, but that's only their third interception of the year.
Oh, only third. Yeah. Wow. I would expect more with that 99 overall team from Washington.
Yeah, Washington is actually one of the lower teams in terms of turnover differential. And we just didn't expect that coming to the season. But, as these conference games start to heat up, maybe this is the boost they needed to kind of turn things around. Washington's kind of smelling the end zone right here, and they're going to take a long pass this time to the end zone, and he's able to come down with it. 39-yard touchdown pass. And we see the bucket hat get thrown down. We see the clipboard get smashed. I think there's a Gatorade cooler that just got knocked over. No one is safe in the locker room with only 6 seconds. This is the kind of score that you kind of look around at your teammates and you think, damn, couldn't we have like 5 more minutes for the coach to cool down before we head off into the locker room?
Yeah, definitely. It seemed like those guys were kind of pointing fingers at each other. Probably a blown coverage on the left side, and that receiver just torched through all those 3 defenders there.
Yeah, there was 3 defenders in the area, but none of them kept up with the foot speed, or maybe were looking at each other as maybe the other guy's assignment, and that's just blown coverage, and you just can't have that as a final blow right there to the first half of this Wisconsin Badger football team.
Yeah, definitely a huge haymaker from the Huskies there.
Yeah, and Ashford's going to get this, and kid showing a lot of heart, but there's just too many defenders there by the purple team, the Washington Huskies there, and they played a dominant first half here. Didn't really expect to see this level of domination here, 21-3. Score somewhat askewed because that was an outrageous pass that we just saw. But then again, it was completely executed too, and Heward, was showing some great passing even from their first possession when he was able to hit that post route. Fired in between 2 defenders. It's just he's fitting it into tight windows right now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he was playing a very, very efficient, very awesome game in the first half. Wisconsin, they definitely need to settle down. They're playing great, just that one interception and that first drive there. But other than that, Wisconsin's been playing a great game as well.
Yeah, and Washington's going to receive the ball here in the second half. And, it's interesting to see if they're going to be balanced or not. They had a balanced attack on the first possession, and since then, they've kind of went to a little bit more to the passing game. And here it is back again, maybe with a empty set. We're going to see that wide receiver screen that didn't work on the first. In one of the earlier possessions, he's able to pick up 6 on that one.
Yeah, nice little swing pass there, or the little screen pass on the left side. Yeah, just to get some positive yardage, just to kind of start the second half, just to settle in again, just because that was a huge first half. So they definitely want to maintain that momentum here in the second half here.
Yeah, and Washington, along with that passing offense, they're number 2 in their conference in overall yardage gained, and they're number 2 with number of touchdown passes, passing yards, and passing touchdowns. They're at the top of the division, but it comes at the expense of the run game. Not really very effective in their run game, and we see a 0-yard carry there, bringing it to 3rd and 4.
Yeah, some teams definitely have their identity. It seems like Coach Junior Bronco and the Washington Huskies have the identity of kind of airing it out a little bit. Yeah, definitely. Sometimes, even though the stats don't show much for the Washington rushing attack, definitely it could be a good change-up for the passing game as they continue to progress in the season.
Yeah, and every single game is kind of like its own identity, right? Like
Yeah.
every coach and team has like their, habits and what they believe in and what they want to accomplish. But, after that first possession of being balanced, looks like they're featuring the pass here. 3rd and 4, Heward in the backfield with Newton making some changes. Now able to deliver one. And the receiver showing his catching ability over his head and brings in that one and gets a first down of it.
Straight dart to the outside receiver there. Great snag by the receiver and just holding onto the ball to get that first down that play.
Yeah, it didn't really hit him in the numbers, but you put it somewhere around the face mask, and that one was just a little bit higher than the head. But receiver with those long arms and long fingers able to bring that down and secure it. You got three wideouts to the right, tight end to the left. Now he's going to go a little bit wider, and nobody's going to follow him out there except for the free safety gets a little bit wider. Coach manually moves his man a little bit further. This is going to counterplay, and those are always dangerous in the NWO, but this one's going to be swallowed up by the outside. Oh, number 55. That's my favorite player on this Wisconsin Badger defense. Great play on the edge there, huh?
Yeah, definitely force them back inside because those counter plays, they kind of become deadly when the running backs hit the outside and there's a whole bunch of real estate on the outside in those counter plays.
Yeah, never really seen that counter run where, you got that tight end in tight, and then you send him out wide and you still run the counter. That was an interesting call there. Only picking up 2, but nonetheless, good to see Washington run the football and, keep Wisconsin, keep them from being predictable.
Yeah, great job by Coach JB trying to keep that Wisconsin offense off the field.
Yeah, and he's bringing it all the way down to 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2. Might not get this one off. We saw a delay game earlier, but he gets his off. Oh, and the quarterback gets nailed. Looked like a cat blitz that time, maybe.
Yeah, it seemed like that safety, number 18, yeah, coming in from the right side, just untouched and just put a top of the helmet, crown, just right in the chin right there.
Yeah, you got to love that. 18 with a deflection earlier in the game, and then that time smoking the quarterback. That's the kind of quarterback, that's the kind of play that can kind of ruin a quarterback's day or season, depending on how it goes. But Washington is able to avert 2 major disasters now on this one. Earlier, Sam Heward with the pitch, and then this one, quarterback, it's called an incomplete pass. 2 wideouts to the right, 2 halfbacks in the backfield, pistol set, and 2 hot routes out to the left. Takes it all the way down to 2 seconds before he snaps. Surveying the field, getting incredible blocking on this one. He's 30 yards downfield. He's 30 yards in the backfield, and now he's going to be called for intentional grounding. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, it seemed like he wasn't. I mean, he was kind of backed up a little bit, but there was still kind of a pocket there. Just maybe there's no receiver within the vicinity of that throw.
Yeah, we've seen him break out of the pocket a lot this game.
Yeah.
But usually he just goes to the right or left. This time he just kept dropping back, and I'm surprised he didn't get sacked. That coverage was, those defenders were honing in on him.
Yeah, you had both defensive ends coming in on each side, so he had no choice but to just launch it.
Great return right there. The concentration, first of all, to be able to catch that on the run. Al Ashford with a 12-yard reception, and then after that, just barrel through a couple defenders, and that's going to set up Wisconsin very nicely here on the 34-yard line.
Yeah, heck of a defensive stand by Coach Russo and the Badgers. Yeah, and way to set up the offense just to get them in scoring position, just to kind of hopefully they can get back into this game and bring it within reach after that huge stop there on defense.
Yeah, and with this much time left to play in the game, because it is tick, 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 we might be seeing, 3rd and 4th down attempts where we don't normally see them. And this is going to be a keeper, but he's going to throw it out. He's going to pitch it out to Berger, and Berger's going to find the edge, and that's going to gain 13.
Yeah, one thing I loved about that play, you got the quarterback Hill just after the pitch, just supporting Berger to try to make a block there on the left side.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where, if your quarterback does it, you're like, I love that, but don't you get hurt. Great play right there by Deacon Hill. Kept that at the final second. That's the way you got to run the option. You got to keep it to the final second and then release it. And Berger just, looked like the baton was just passed off perfectly right there and able to cut up field and, get in the way of the defenders just enough. Hill did his job right there beautifully. And about 4 minutes left to play in the third, still in this game. We're going to hand off to Berger, and he's going to find that left side. And I don't know if they're going to stop him. Oh, that's the kind of day it's been. That's the kind of day it's been for Wisconsin. Even with that massive rush, he is kept out of the end zone unbelievably. I can't believe he didn't get into the end zone.
Yeah, there's great angle there by the Washington defense. Just the whole left side was wide open just for Berger to get there. Probably just an inch short of the score there.
Yeah, it would have been nice to get that punctuation mark on that touchdown on that big run. That would have really just blew the lid off of this place, even though there's no dome on there's no canopy here. And now we see about 19 defensive linemen out here for Washington. But we got about 7 on the line for Wisconsin, and Wisconsin's not going to be denied. Doesn't matter if Berger didn't score on that last play. He scored on that one, and they just showed their dominance up front there.
Yeah, that was easy money for Berger there. Great job by the offensive linemen. Seeing all those defensive linemen just straight up just wedge the living crap out of the Washington defense, and Berger was just able to walk in.
Yeah, and the one positive about Berger getting tackled at the 1 there and then punching it in for a 1-yard plunge on the very next play is that takes Wisconsin up now to, I believe, 18 red zone trips and 16 touchdowns.
Wow,
So
amazing.
still 100% efficiency. Yeah, so, I mean, Wisconsin's back in this game. Not only did their defense stop them quickly on the last offensive possession for Washington, but they were actually able to get them to lose yardage and give up field position and give Wisconsin offense a very short field of play to work with. Giles Jackson on the return there for 27 yards. That's going to take it only to the 19.
Yeah, let's see if JB's going to change it up. It seemed like he was a little more conservative on that last drive there, trying to, kind of work the clock a little bit. But let's see if he tries to be a little bit more aggressive since Coach Brusso's trying to slowly crawl his way back into the game.
Yeah, and sometimes that's hard to do. Not just IRL, but also in this game. Where you got things rolling, and then you kind of take your foot off of the gas a little bit, and then when you go to punch it again, sometimes it's not really there the way it was. But we're gonna see. Maybe Washington continues their scoring. Maybe we see it right here. 2 wides on each side. Got a halfback in the backfield. And we're going to loft that over for a first down and a great tackle there because if he doesn't tackle him, he probably gets a lot more. 13-yard pass play.
Yeah, great route there by the receiver. Just kind of tricked the defensive back there just to kind of run upfield, and he just got that opening, and great pass by Heward just to hit it right in the chest.
Yeah, and, Washington definitely has, the ability to pass the ball. One of the best passing teams in the NWO, and they got the stats to prove it: passing yardage, passing touchdowns. They added to those numbers here today. But we're in the second half here, so ball security and everything comes into play. So we'll see if they continue to just pass, which has been their strength all season, or if they stay balanced, which is like what they've done a little bit today. We've got a man in motion. He's not going to hand it off to either of them. He's going to fall away and pass that one off to Richard Newton. And Richard Newton changes direction about 14 times and able to get past the line of scrimmage, past the first down yardage.
Yeah, it seemed like that was a designed swing pass where you saw 2 linemen on the right side just kind of shedding to their right and leading the way for Newton to get that first down there.
Yeah, Richard Newton is an agile guy. If he can get the ball in space, and whether that's in the passing game or in the run game, doesn't really matter. If it's one-on-one open field, it's pretty difficult man to bring down. He's very agile. Different back in the backfield this time, and he's going to take the handoff right up the middle. And number 18 was in the backfield, or actually that's 19, was in the backfield, but not able to bring him down until he gets about a gain of 5. But great tackle nonetheless. Great play all the way around there. It's what makes this game so interesting. Yeah, Wisconsin had a defender there, kind of, closing in on him, but not before that halfback was able to get upfield for 5. Oh, and we see that formation again this time. And the same counter play, and this time the edge is not set by the Wisconsin defense, and Waller's getting over there, but he's going to get his tackle broken, and then a second broken tackle, 18, and then finally 19 breaks it down.
Yeah, Newton just absolute tremendous balance and strength of that run there. If he just broke one more, that might have been a house call there for the Huskies.
We see the power of the counter right there. That time, Washington didn't send that tight end any further. We just kind of snapped the ball with no adjustments and, didn't allow the Wisconsin defense to get set up better for that play and took advantage of it. Would have never happened, though, had you not called the run play, right?
Yeah, right.
Run play was very effective right there. 2 minutes left to play in the third. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Sam Heward in the backfield. Making one hot route change, making another hot route change. Halfback stays in to pass protect, and he's able to find one of his receivers. Giles Jackson once again.
Yeah, Giles Jackson spun himself out of bounds. If he kept his feet inbounds, I probably would have been close to the goal line there.
Yeah, he got all turned around ever since he left Michigan.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's got all turned around. He sometimes he doesn't know which direction he's going, but he does have 3 catches on the day, 60 yards and a touchdown. That's a great average. Putting together a good day, and there's still a quarter left of this ball game. All right, we got 3 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right. Heward been in the shotgun. It seems like almost all damn day. 3 down linemen for Wisconsin, and a lot of adjustments being made by that backfield. And we're going to see Heward just take off and run up the middle. He saw that middle was open.
Yeah, it just seemed like one of those design pass plays. He just adjusted and just tucked the ball and ran for the first down. Smart slide also as well from Heward.
Yeah, earlier we didn't see him slide, and we saw him get nailed a couple times. But that time, I think he reminded himself, hey, there's another down to play, and there's a whole season to play, and
Yep.
got down in time. And first downs are good enough when you got an 11-point lead.
Yep.
And this is a much better possession than their previous possession, right, fam?
Yeah, it seems like they're having the same approach, just trying to pound the ball, kill the clock a little bit, but making passes when they need to get that to keep the drive going.
Yeah, and now we're going to see Richard Newton split way out left to the field side. Got one tight end right there on the line on that left side also. And wow, Heward got that ball off with a man in his face. It looked like he was about to be lit up, but he throws his 3rd touchdown pass right there in the defender's face.
Yeah, in Ashford, he seemed like he was in the line of the throw there. Heward just made a tremendous throw over to the right side of Ashford there, and great catch by that receiver, and ran it for the score.
Yeah, it looked like an out route. Not really sure where his route came from. Got to look through the film on that one, but dominant play we're seeing here from Heward. Hasn't thrown a pick. Washington ahead of schedule on the turnover side, the turnover differential. I think they came into the game with a -6 turnover differential, and right now they're looking good with a +1.
Yep.
Ashford, we've seen this man. He's a good returner. Took that one only back to the 19, though. And we're going to have to go 81 yards for a score here for Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Uh,
Ashford definitely tried to make something happen after that last defensive play there, trying to make up for just that unfortunate throw that Heward made for the score in that last play.
yeah. It's really hard. You can only score, one score at a time when you're
Yep.
down 18 like this.
Yeah.
You're going to feel the pressure to kind of, throw the ball a lot, and we're going to see what happens here. Washington, with 1 pick on the day so far and looking to add to that. Deacon Hill dropping back to pass. Great pickup block there from the
Yep.
well, it wasn't Jalen Berger. I thought it was a halfback. It wasn't Jalen Berger. Jalen Berger that time on a swing route. It looked like a wheel route almost. Cut up field and gained it. I didn't know he could catch like that.
Yeah, that was a great extension. Just fully extended his arms, everything, got it off the ground, and just dragged his toes to maintain the possession inbounds.
Yeah, he looked like freaking Keenan Allen right there. It was incredible.
Oh yeah.
So Deacon Hill right here. Jalen Berger in the backfield too. 2 wides on every side. Berger going to motion out wide this time. He's just going to stand there. Oh, we see the pass deflected right there by Dominique Hampton. Dominique Hampton.
He did a great job of selling his feet. He saw that pass about to release, and he just left his zone and came back, or left his man, came back and made the play on that pass there.
Yeah, Deacon Hill definitely found his target. Delivered a pass that was on the spot. Just didn't quite have enough velocity on it, and the defender able to just use his recovery foot speed to close in on swat that away. Deacon Hill surveying the field. Time to pass. Gatewood is going to be open. Ooh, step back.
Ooh.
Very nice. Very smooth. 18-yard gain on that play.
Yeah, a lot of sauce in that step back there and getting a few more yards on that play.
Yeah, that was kind of dirty.
I think the defender should probably take a play off on the next drive just to recover from all that sauce.
I'm just glad the defenders are wearing purple pants. That got shitty. Gatewood, he looked like he was just gonna keep running the crossing route. That was an interesting step back. It was smooth. 3 right outs to the right, 1 to the left. Deacon makes 1 adjustment. Ooh, another great block being picked up.
Yeah.
And that is a completion in college all day long. He got 1 foot in there. First reception on the day by Devin Chandler for 20 yards.
Yeah, great job by that lineman in there, just picking up that free defender about to lay a hat on Hill there. But great job just getting him in the last second, and Hill was able to have the opportunity to hit the open man.
Yeah, Deacon Hill showing what he's worth on this play. I mean, on this possession. You know, this possession started off at the 19-yard line, and we've already got about 70 yards of real estate that we've covered so far. And if Wisconsin could score in the next, well, they probably won't have time to run this last play, but they're smelling the red zone. We know how well they do once they're there. Oh, and he does get it off. Deacon Hill drops back to pass. He's going to take a sack right there. Loss of 10 yards. Going to bring it up to 2nd and 20.
Yeah, it seemed like Washington was coming in hot with the man zero coverage there, and the defenders were able to get there quick enough before Hill was able to throw that ball off.
Yeah, yeah. 5 or 6 moments. That's all it really takes.
Yeah.
Every game, like, they go one way or the other, and the game is radically different, right? And that was one of those plays. Wisconsin could feel that they, were going to get the pressure from Washington, try to beat it right there, and Deacon Hill just not able to find his man before the pressure got to him. And they were bringing another lineman right up the middle, right, or linebacker up the middle right there. That time, neck roll 58.
Yeah, 58 seemed like he had a really good pass rush coming in through on that blitz, and he just got through super quickly and was able to lay a body on Hill there before he was able to get that throw.
Yeah, this possession started off on the 19-yard line, and many of the key plays on this possession to get this much yardage on this much draw on the drive so far has been guys picking up the blitzers, with blocks, and we're just not seeing it on those last 2 plays. Those blitzers aren't being picked up, but they are on this one, and that's going to give him enough time. Deacon Hill gets enough time to throw to McKinley, and McKinley is going to score a touchdown right there. That's going to take Wisconsin to 16, barring an extra point. It's going to be 17.
Yeah, great connection there between Hill and this receiver there, and just diagnosed the field with that man-man coverage. Receiver had that beat inside, and
hold the phone, folks.
Yeah.
Hold the phone. We got a 2-point attempt right here. Sorry, fam. We got a 2-point attempt right here. Wisconsin I don't think they've gotten a 2-pointer all season long. I don't think they've had a successful 2-pointer all season long. And we got 2 backs in the backfield, 2 wideouts to the left. Deacon Hill has a lot of pressure right there, but he's able to find Rucci. And Rucci hangs on to it, doesn't even go to the floor. And that is a successful 2-point conversion for Wisconsin. And with just under 7 minutes left, Wisconsin pulls within 10.
Yeah, definitely a great drive. Just that start off with that huge touchdown play there, and yeah, they did a great job of just staying patient, looking for the open man, and that tight end was right open in the middle of the end zone there.
Yeah, and a little overlooked thing sometimes is when you get a play like that you really been scratching and clawing and needing. Sometimes you take that sigh of relief because the pressure was just on yourself. You put so much pressure on yourself that you don't sew up special teams. But you know what? They bottle up special teams nicely right there. And Washington is going to start this possession at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, so definitely plenty of clock left. Don't want to play the time-killing game just yet, just because we have about a full quarter. So let's see if Coach JB is able to stay aggressive here to try to keep the game within out of reach there for the Badgers.
Yeah, one wide receiver is going to move from the left to the right, and he looked like he had 2 different options to hand it off right there. Definitely trying to get the defenders moving one way and then run it back to the other side, and gain of 5 on that one. Yeah, one wide receiver came into the backfield. Looked like they were going to hand off to him. It was a fake handoff for him, and then halfback got it, able to run off tackle for about 5. Still a 2-possession game, right? There's no points. There's no play in football that'll score you 10 points. So Wisconsin does need 2 stops, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Handoff here, and Washington's going to go straight up the middle. Big man number 32 is going to barrel over a defender and fall forward, and that's going to be a 4-yard pickup, leading to a 3rd and very manageable 1.
Yeah, interesting 3rd and 1 here. Let's see what Coach Bruce is going to throw up here. Just because we're at the 1, who knows? They want to pound the ball. JB could potentially do a play action little dink over the top. So let's see what this play is going to show and what's going to happen here in the third down.
Yeah, he's got the 2 point the two possession advantage. Could just stay on the ground here. Last two plays were ground plays. We got what looks like almost like, oh, okay, now we're gonna get into a Maryland eye here. Quarterback sneaks it. Heward able to, despite getting rolled over, he's gonna hang on to the ball and get the first down.
Yeah, that was a great audible there. Yeah, just that I was expecting some sort of handoff to Newton or something, but yeah, that was a great sneaky play there by the Washington offense, and he were just being tough as hell, just running through. You even see him try to hurdle over his lineman there.
Yeah, the hurdle. They call it the hurdle cheese. A lot of those those quarterback sneaks, they'll just kind of extend the opportunity to get the first down by hurdling, and it all worked right there. So is Washington able to take a little bit more time off this clock, and this time Heward's going to roll out right, and he's not going to get away from that defender.
Yeah, great open field tackle by that defensive lineman there. Not as fast as Heward, but he just extended and just did a shoelace tackle to get him for a short gain there, that first down.
Yeah, and that's when you thank the sideline for being an extra defender.
Yep.
Um, just smartly takes the right angle. Just great pursuit from that defensive lineman. If that defensive lineman, runs out of gas or, just figures that he's already beaten, doesn't stay with it. Oh, and we're going to lose feed here. That's a Coach Brousseau capture card issue, boys. What we're going to do is we're going to show you what Washington is doing next week. Washington next week is going to host the Texas Longhorns. Texas Longhorns just coming off of a loss against Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry game. And Washington is able to take the momentum from this game and host Texas next week.
Yeah, great matchup between the two Texas individuals there, Coach Revamp and JB. Should be a fun one.
Yeah, it should be really, really fun. The date and time is to be determined. Can't give you the date and time until that one's on the schedule. We'll keep you guys posted on that one. Heward fakes a handoff, and he's got that man breathing down his neck once again. Able to complete the pass, climbs a ladder, and grabs a catch. Man, I've never had a catch like that in football. You ever do that, fam? That was crazy.
No, never. Yeah, I'm too short for those kind of catches.
That was incredible. I mean, you got pads on. I know wide receivers, they wear small pads so that they can lift their hands over their heads. But, to be able to do that, really have to, jump and fully extend. That is a hard job. And he was able to bring that down. It was just a clutch play because Wisconsin is just fighting and clawing for every chance to get another possession here. They dearly want the ball back. And Washington just able to, make another play. Two wideouts, one on each side. Halfback and fullback. And that's going to be a halfback run right up the middle, and that's only going to gain one, but it's going to continue to kill this clock.
Yeah, great run fit by the Wisconsin defense there, just filling the gaps and meeting the Newton right at the point of attack there.
Just under 4 minutes to play, 2nd and 9. Washington with a 2-possession lead and the ball right around midfield. Wisconsin's 3-2 on the year, and Washington is 2-2 on the year. Heward fakes the handoff and able to deliver a touch pass floater to Moore right over the defender.
Yeah, that was great user adjustment too by the Huskies there, just to position themselves to be in the line of the throw there and make that user catch.
3.5 left to play. One man goes in motion from the left to the right, or from the right to the left. Two tight ends. That time it's going to be a handoff. That's going to be swallowed up the middle.
Yeah, Wisconsin brought the blitz there, went through the offensive line, and made a great play behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that was the right decision right there
Yeah.
because it was a run play right up the middle. And Washington just sticking to the smart plays here, sticking to the balanced attack, passing when they need to, but running it. I gotta say, have you seen? You watch the games in the NWO. Have you seen Washington run the football more than they have today?
No, it's more of pretty pass dominant. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is definitely the most I've ever seen Wisconsin pass or run the ball all season long.
Washington.
Or Washington, sorry, yeah, my bad.
Yeah, Washington has run the
Yeah,
ball much more
yeah,
than on their season average. Yeah, and if you was oh,
oh
Wisconsin had a
man.
chance right there, huh? He jumped up and swatted it down with one hand. Bring your second hand up, son. What do you tell that defender to do in practice this week?
Yeah, he's just gonna every rep, no matter what, if it's a hitting drill or if it's a like a ball drill or a tip drill, you got to put two hands up every play, every play. So that's gonna pretty much tape his hands together just to keep him close because there's no way he's gonna make this mistake again going forward. Maybe take out an NIL deal and then hopefully we'll make that catch hopefully in the future.
Yeah, he might have had a little bit of a convoy right there. He had a couple of his guys in front of him, and Heward is going to be dropping back to pass, surveyed the field, and that's a fumble, and that was
Fumble.
a terrible decision.
Wow.
Yeah, we saw him get lucky earlier in the game by taking hits and not fumbling, and we saw him also get lucky on a pitch play. He broke out of the pocket left that time, and instead of going down and sliding like we saw him do, he also had some great slides in this game too on running plays. Coughed up the football on that one, but let's see if there's not enough time where it will matter. Maybe there's so little time that it doesn't matter, but maybe it does. Wisconsin gets the ball here at about the 40-yard line. Looks like the 37. Deacon Hill has that defender running right up the A gap once again.
Yeah, you see Hill kind of sitting there, but yeah, neck roll right there just comes through, just barely shaved there, and he just came in, provided the pop there to Hill before he was able to release the ball.
Yeah, when I line up against players with neck roll, I pretty much figure that they're just going to try to run straight at me and hit me. I figure that they don't really have any agility or backpedaling or can't open up the hips and fly down the field. They're pretty much just going to run right at me. And right now we got to
Yeah.
plug up those A gaps.
Oh yeah.
2.5 minutes left to play, but the good thing about that was that it's an incomplete pass, so the clock stopped. Hill drops back to pass, and it's going to be short dump to Chandler, and Chandler's going to be able to fight upfield
Nice.
and get a first down, and that's going to temporarily stop the clock, which is desperately what Wisconsin needs here, and we're now around midfield.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the first down definitely helps the Wisconsin team here just to stop the clock, not to burn some timeouts, and if they need to, just run out of bounds. Yeah.
Yeah, and what that's going to be is another first down, this time to Gatewood, called his name a little bit earlier, and Deacon Hill able to gain a lot of yardage now in those last two passes.
Yeah, Wisconsin here, we're trying to get no huddle here with time winding down. Definitely got to pick up the tempo here to try to get the quick scores.
For sure, for sure. Berger this time is going to come out of the backfield. He's going to go right to the A gap for that blocking, but not really necessary on that play as the defender dropped back into coverage, and he was able to break that one up on the crossing route. But clock stops once again.
Yeah, clock stops. Yeah, definitely helps save time there. Yeah, just to play another down, make it more manageable. Because if you caught that, maybe you might have shaved maybe another 15, 20 seconds there, which is pretty crucial at this point in the game.
Yeah, every second really matters when you're playing a two-possession game. But you are down here nearing the red zone, right? If you can get into the red zone, maybe you make the decision to kick a field goal. You still got all three timeouts. Maybe you go for it if you need a touch. If you got to press for a touchdown, maybe you dial up a play that you like. Haven't really seen Wisconsin push the ball too far downfield, but maybe they're starting to think about it. This time, Gatewood is going to receive the ball, and that's going to be a gain of 3 and take us to third down. Most importantly, though, the clock is running. Wisconsin's going to try to salvage the clock by going on the ball, so all the guys got to get back onto the line of scrimmage quickly. It looked like it took about 10 seconds for them to do so, and Deacon's back to pass, able to complete this time to Chandler. And Chandler's going to get a first down, and that's going to stop the clock for Wisconsin.
Yeah, nice play there by Chandler, just settling in. Great job chopping his feet up, running inside, making the catch, and going up for some more yak yards.
Yeah, now that Wisconsin's in the red zone, let's see if they can deliver on a touchdown. Oh, and that's a great pass to Gatewood, and he is going to get in for
There
a
we go.
touchdown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that receiver seemed pretty jammed up.
what'd you see from the quarterback on that play? What'd you see from the receiver?
Yeah, receiver. Yeah, he was jammed up right at the line of scrimmage, but he did a great job of just continuing to be determined, running up, and he ran that corner route, beat the defender there, and he was just wide open.
Yeah, and what I saw from Deacon Hill was that Deacon Hill tried to snap the ball quickly, um, and read the defense immediately. Didn't really feel too comfortable directly in the pocket. Slid a little bit to the left, kind of bought some more time, extended the play, delivered that ball, and that looked like a crazy. When you got a right-handed throwing quarterback and he's rolling left and throwing to the left, that is a very difficult pass to make. But he was able to do that in clutch city that time. Great play.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And his feet weren't set too, so that was a great throw on his left on the run.
Yeah. And that's what his team needed. His team is now within 3 points. So if you can get a stop, right? If you could get a defensive stop,
Yeah, they could definitely. It's definitely doable for Wisconsin here. 3 timeouts remaining, and knowing Wisconsin's red zone efficiency, they can definitely bring it downfield and hopefully kick a field goal or maybe score to try to take the lead.
three wideouts to the left, tight end, real far out to the right. Heward back to pass. Nobody around the defender on that one. And able to find a little bit of a soft zone there and picks up a big gain there. And
You
that's
see
going
those
to
crossing routes. Oh, sorry, George.
tell me.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. You see those two guys running across in the crossing routes in the middle of the field, and yeah, Heward saw the open man and just hit the guy across the middle.
Yeah. That time it looked like one of the defensive ends was going to be able to apply a little bit of pressure on Heward, but the man was just so wide that it was an easy read for him and he was able to deliver in stride there. Great tackle on the play though, not to make it more dangerous, and this one's going to get snapped with about a minute left probably. Looking like a run formation here. You got a tight end and a fullback on the same side. There's going to be a toss to the left, and we're going to go mano a mano. Breaks off the first man, can't break off the second, and we're going to see Wisconsin's first time out of the day, or the
Great job by
second
that
half.
safety. Yeah, great job by that safety establishing that outside contain to force Newton back inside, and the rest of the guys pursued and made a play to stop Newton for a 1 yard gain.
Absolutely. We've seen that safety make a play like that similar in the game. We've also seen him not react on the counter play. This time it wasn't the counter, it was the toss, and he was able to play that beautifully. And like you said, set the edge, bring him back inside, and Calvary was there. Just about a minute to play, 2nd and 9. Everybody at the line of scrimmage on both teams at this time. Although the corners are about 7 yards, well, one of them is about 7 yards off, the other one's in tight press man. Handoff to Richard Newton this time, and Richard Newton seemingly like he was going to break out of it, but unbelievably, I wouldn't have believed if he was able to get out of that. Two men able to tackle him down there.
Yeah, great job by that defensive end, just shutting off that block there, just throwing that tackle to the side and making that play.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to pirouette out of it, Newton, that is, but just, too much force. Too much force here, and the crowd is really charged up here. They are thinking that they are one play away from getting this ball back, but this might be 4 down territory for Washington. We'll see. 4 wideouts for Washington, 1 halfback. Oh, actually 3 wideouts. You got a tight end there on the right side. 1 down lineman for Wisconsin, and Wisconsin's defenders fitting up the way they want to. And, ooh, defensive tackle broke loose for a second, and Zachman, you got to come down with that. Once again, we see the one-handed knockdown. We're not slam dunking basketballs out here, fam. And he's unfortunately he did the same thing the other guy did.
Yeah, I don't know why these guys are playing volleyball. It's like the quarterback's setting the ball up for the spike. No, you got to catch it. You can't just spike that shit down.
Yeah, looking like Michael Bolton out here. It's really bad.
Oh yeah, Michael Bolton, man.
Is this the
Someone
punt
that
team
we
we're
don't
going to see? Is this the punt team that we're going to see? Do you trust this? Do you play safe man on these punt?
In this situation, for the down and distance, yeah, you got to trust your defense to kind of keep them within the range to at least kick a field goal to tie it up.
Rugby style punt there, and Ashford catches it on the run for the second time of the day. Last time he gained 12 on that. Do you think he gained more than 12 on this one?
Um, yeah, definitely that was a huge return there by the returner.
Yeah, I mean that's the second time Ashford has caught it on the run. He is really really good at that, and that's a quite a kind of a dicey, chancy, risky play there. Catch it on the run, but coach has felt confident in letting Ashford do it, and he's done it twice. And the last one was 12 yards of a return, and this one was far better. Didn't even take a hit, right? Kind of
Yeah,
went out of bounds, and we're at midfield now.
yeah, you definitely like to see the aggression there by Ashford, just taking that and just going full speed upfield.
Yeah, we got 4 wide outs and a halfback. Deacon in the shotgun. Surveys the field, able to pass to Gatewood. Gatewood finding the inside leverage for the one-on-one. Looked like a slant route.
Yeah, slant route in there, just got the inside leverage. Great throw there by Hill, just to get that opening there for the receiver to be able to catch the ball.
And without that tackle, it would have been a touchdown. We're going pace and tempo here again. Same formation. Deacon Hill with a few more steps back, and McKinley able to steal that. It looked like he stole an interception away from the defender.
Yeah, that linebacker was just salivating seeing that ball, and McKinley just snuck up. He just literally snuck that linebacker right there and just forced it out of his hands.
Yeah, the Husky focus and concentration was, on display on that one, but just able to make a great user grab out of that one.
Yeah.
Got a tight end on the right, Berger on the right also. Deacon still back in shotgun. Takes 3 steps to the right, surveys the field, throws it to Rucci once again. Rucci with that huge 2-point conversion earlier. And he is pumped as he gets out of bounds, stopping the clock right there at the 17. And we are now, once again, red zone alert, right, fam? Tell me about the red zone and the Wisconsin team.
Yeah, you mentioned, what was it, like 15, 16 touchdowns and 2 field goals with 100% efficiency. So, yeah, let's see if Washington can maybe try to take some risk maybe, or change up some sort of coverage just to be able to contain this Wisconsin offense.
Unless he does something completely out of character, he scores. Yeah. And another crucial pass, this time to Gatewood, and he's just inches short of the line to get. But there are no more timeouts for Wisconsin. So what do you think out of this play?
Yeah, definitely. They try to get that extra yard, but just unfortunately short. Now the clock is unfortunately running.
And Washington is going to call a timeout. They are going to call a timeout. They don't like the last play that they run being the same play that they run here. And so they're going to call for a full timeout, maybe give their guys a breather. Once again, it looks like a really cold night here. We were drinking hot chocolate earlier. It didn't keep us warm enough. Some of those tamales that Jimmy brought us earlier warmed us up a little bit, but we're still not there yet. I can see my own breath, fam.
Same. Yeah, it's pretty nipply out here in Camp Randall.
Ooh, let me find out. So what you're gonna do here is you're gonna run for a first down with Berger, punch it in. Do you pass out of this? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just, it's a flip of a coin at this point for me.
Deacon Hill with a smart decision right there. I mean, the quarterback executed that play just about as well as he could, given that he kind of decided right away he was going to, strafe out there to the right. That defender, was never picked up by the blocker, and he was in his face. And we've seen that be a disaster before for this team. And with no timeouts remaining, if he would have taken a sack right there, that could have been game time, right?
Yeah, very, very smart decision there by Hill. Just knowing that there's plenty of time left on the clock. You have a few more downs left remaining. So, yeah, definitely very high IQ play there by Hill.
And I'm just surprised that we're seeing another play right here. 3rd and inches. He is trying to, fight for this win right here. They are coming off of that big, thrilling victory against SMU last week when he knocked off the 2-time champion after being down earlier in that game. Hill back to pass, and he finds Chandler.
Wow.
And this place is rocking. Looks like Wisconsin is now go ahead, fam.
Yeah, absolutely wild out here. You see people just fucking, my bad, excuse my language, but you see people just going absolutely wild here in Camp Randall. This place is absolutely buzzing here.
Yeah, they're losing their shit. They're completely incontinent. And with 8 seconds left, barring some sort of Husky miracle, some Balto type, heroics, Wisconsin is going to hold on to this lead right here. But 8 seconds left. Like I said earlier in the game, and what Wisconsin's done it twice beautifully today, is after a big play like that, where you get that relief and you do that, you got to come back with the special teams play. I've seen too many kickoff return touchdowns as responses to big offensive plays. So got to get him on the ground here. And that's exactly what they do. They bring him down around the 30, maybe the 25-yard line. Yeah, 30-yard line. So with just 3 seconds left, what happens here, Coach?
Yeah, just Sam Hughes. He's got a rocket arm, so I would say just send everybody deep and just eat that thing downfield, and hopefully they could just come up with a snag and just score. Because 3 seconds, yeah, you just got to either score, and that's all. That's really the only option that's available there.
Yeah, you got a Baker Mayfield, Johnny Manziel, Pat Mahomes just bazooka this one down the field, right?
Yep.
He's got to travel 70 yards. Maybe you could get a defensive pass interference and maybe extend it by one more play. And Heward's going to get sacked in the backfield.
Hughes.
And Wisconsin's defense, who's the hero? Who's the player of the game for you?
But again, I would say that whole front seven or actually the whole defense for Wisconsin, they're definitely the players of the game, just to be able to keep the game within reach for the Wisconsin offense to be able to have opportunities to come back into the game.
Yeah. What a matchup we saw here, huh?
Yeah.
Looked like Washington had that dominant 21-3 lead at halftime, and Wisconsin able to, fight and scratch and claw and show their grit here and able to pull this one out. And I think we got Coach in the booth with us now. Hey, Coach, if you don't mind, can you hit the back button and then just show us the game stats? Congratulations. We were just mentioning that this is the team stats. This is just an absolutely just incredible, second time in a row that you've had a thrilling victory here. We were talking about 21-point deficit at halftime, but you guys came storming back, and my colleague here gave the game ball to the whole defensive side of the ball. But we also got to see Deacon Hill, put his skills on display here. And I know Berger is in the Heisman race, but talk about Deacon Hill and his gameplay today.
Hey, the young man showed up when he needed to, right? It was shout out to Junior, man. That is the game plan to try to slow us down. And you know what? We talked to the young man probably, in the third quarter when we were down. It's like, listen, man, they one play at a time. You made one mistake early, okay? That was a forced throw, okay? You thought it was man. They sat in zone. That's okay. But he made some very dangerous throws against this elite Washington secondary. So we did just enough in the running game to keep them honest, but this is a very unorthodox game for us. We got outside of our comfort zone, and the young 78 overall sophomore quarterback starting to do a little bit more of what we think he can be. But a very fortunate break there to get the fumble back instead of having it punted to us. With about 2.5 to go, and somehow, some way, we keep finding ways to be one in these sweaty games every week, and two, finding it at least in the last couple to come out on top.
Okay, Coach, I got one more for you tonight. Although I do want to just before I say that question, I just want to point your attention to, at some point tonight, after all the parties have died down and all the game film is looked at, and you actually get some rest. You're going to see an email from me. I've requested a sit-down interview because I got 1,000 more questions. But here's my last one for you for tonight before I release you here to my colleague. And my question is, leading up to that very final possession, that very final touchdown, I talked throughout the broadcast about the 100% efficiency that Wisconsin has had offensively in the red zone this season. Coming into this game, you had 2 field goals, and I believe it was 16 touchdowns in offensive possessions. That's 100% efficiency. Now, talk me through that last play call right there where it's, I think, 10 seconds left. Right before that, you had an incompletion where Deacon Hill was barely able to get it away after a defender was in his face, and you called another play. I thought you were just going to line up and take that field goal, but you had 100% success today. None more important and magical and memorable than that last one. Take me through the decision to run one last play for a touchdown there instead of just taking 3.
Yeah, it was 3rd and inches, I believe it was, so we could still get a first down. We had a call actually to run the ball right there and set up, get what we could, get the first down, huddle back up, or get on the ball one more time, and maybe try to get them out of position with a no huddle. But, the look didn't look very well. Deacon Hill checked at the line, threw a ballsy pass on the slot post, and we escaped once again. We're very fortunate to be in this winning position. Shout out once again to Junior. Hey, I'm going to myself, and fam, calling ourselves quote unquote the Pledge Brothers for this deal. But it's been exciting so far. We're looking forward to heading out to California for the next trip.
Yeah, coach. Good luck on that road trip, and it doesn't look like you're going to need it. You boys are playing outstanding, and thank you very much.
Appreciate it, George.
Yeah, Coach, congratulations on the win. Yeah, just one question for you. What was the halftime adjustment after JB and Washington kind of scored on that pretty devastating touchdown before the half ended? What was the mindset and the adjustment that you guys made to apply in the second half there?
Honestly, it's kind of an IRL adjustment too. It's pretty much stop waiting for them to determine what you're going to run defensively and just play football. Stop thinking about all the adjustments you got to make. There's going to be a million checks at the line. It's going to go down on the wire. But if we stay true to what we're supposed to do, usually we take care of it. The things usually take care of themselves. So I think it was more of not trying to be so cute and disguising everything on defense. It was just let's just line up and see what we can do. And you know, defensive wise, I think we played about a B plus game. We can't give up that big play, before the half, which another young DB, he had deep quarter responsibilities and it just didn't work out somehow. So, we haven't. I still don't think we've played a complete game as a team yet, but I think we're on the track of doing so.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you saw a lot of good moments there for the Wisconsin defense and offense as well. Yeah, definitely a hell of a comeback in this game here, Coach. Congrats.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah, and we are going to now speak with the Washington Huskies coach, Junior Broncos.
Y'all hear me? Y'all got me? Y'all got comms?
Yes, sir, loud and clear. Junior, take us through the ups and downs of that game, and
Fucking sold the fucking farm, George. We fucking gave the game away. We
What-
fucking sucked. We fucking gave the goddamn game away. I know fucking JT and I know fucking Jimmy are loving this. I sucked big old dick. Is what I did in that fourth quarter. I had 18-point lead. And I fucked it up.
you got Texas coming in to Seattle next week. What could you do? What could you do differently?
We're going for it on fourth down every time. We're not punting. Fucking season's lost. We're fucking going for it on fourth every time. We're just trying to score points. Our defense sucks. God damn it, George. Gave that fucking game away.
Well, it was a non-conference matchup, coach. I'm going to hand you off to Fantastics. Good luck the rest of the year.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
All right, Coach. Hell of a game. Yeah, definitely. Of course, the outcome wasn't as something that is expected. But what were some positives that you can take from this game to try to apply against Texas next week?
I don't know. I'm fucking cheesing the clock at the end of games from like fucking JT to fucking gonna win. I'm not fucking doing this. I should have ran the clock more in the fourth. I should have really tried to run everything down on that drive. On that drive where I ran with dipshit Hurd and you fumbled. God, that pissed me off. But I don't know. We're good. All these games, we've been in them. Fucking overtime with Panda. This game. Score, whatever. Great game, Brusso. Coach Brusso is phenomenal too. He did make real life adjustments. Coach Brusso actually watched film and put stuff together. It's no knock on that. There's more knock on it. I beat myself just fucking, dumb mistakes. We're gonna have to stop the run. Our run defense has been a sieve. Revamp's a beast on the sticks, running the ball. So that's gonna be real fun to have Bijan Robinson just lube us up for $180. That'll be great. We'll really enjoy that. But we're gonna I don't know. We're just gonna wing it. We're gonna whatever. We're just gonna wing it. At this point, it's all systems fly. Punting is not doing us any good. We're shanking punts. We're not changing field of possession. We got to control the clock better. I don't know, fam. You tell me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, coach. Yeah, definitely. Something to be proud of, and it's an unfortunate, result of the game. But yeah, definitely, it's something. Wisconsin, Washington's definitely one of the teams to definitely, you know, um, take.
We're gonna
Of
come
course, take.
spoil some one of y'all seasons. I'll
Yeah,
tell you that right now.
yeah, yeah. Just definitely one of those things where I think we can definitely, of course, a learning experience, and definitely, there's always a potential for consistency and
Our
definitely
defense is
growth.
getting better. I mean, we're stopping. I mean, we played better defense that game, except for that fourth quarter was a
Yeah,
fucking meltdown.
yeah,
It was an absolute meltdown. You
yeah.
shouldn't have ran the ball with Bird there and fumbled. Finally bit me in the ass. But I couldn't fucking get a stop. I should have used those timeouts. I should have just fucking field goal blocked and let him score with like 50 seconds left. I was thinking about doing that when that punt shanked at like the 40 and just seeing if he would, but I figured he'd probably do what JT did, just go out at the one. But God, defense is a fucking sieve.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks for answering, Coach. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Good luck to the Washington Huskies next week against the Texas Longhorns.
You too, fam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Screw the A's. He'll swept us too. That pissed me off. I love you guys. In all respects, I love you, Coach Bruce. I love all you guys, George. Sorry. I only had 2 beers during the game. I didn't, here's a positive. We didn't open a beer till halftime. That was so we played, maybe we just don't drink during the entire game, but god damn.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, George.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm gonna fucking George, I'm gonna think about this before I go. The last thing I think about before I go to bed, and the first thing when I wake up. So I'm thinking about Coach Brusso coming back on me 18 up with what? I was up 18 with like 6 minutes left. God. Yeah. I feel George, I feel like one of those parents. So I'm more disappointed. I'm like not even mad at this point. I'm just fucking disappointed in like when it comes down to nut time, we screwed it up against Oklahoma in overtime. That